Hi everybody, welcome to Deb's Way. And today what we're going to talk about is what I consider to be something very important to me, and that is a me day. That may sound selfish, but it really is not, and it's very important that everybody have something like a me day, or a couple hours a day or half a day off to themselves to kind of regroup and revitalize themselves. And I like my me days. I thoroughly enjoy them. It's meant to be time that is set aside from your busy schedule, whether working or as a housewife or whatever your busy schedule consists of. It is time for you away from that busy schedule. And yes, maybe you do have to plan it out, but it's well worth the effort. And it's a little free time for you to get away from your household duties, work duties, husbands, children, house chores, anything like that whatsoever. It's supposed to be something that you want to do. It is a little way for a person to take a break from what their normal life routine is. And it's a way to celebrate you. So that's what I thought I would talk to you about today, and just tell you how I go about enjoying my me days or me time, and maybe get some comments from all of you out there and see what you like to do too. Okay, so let's get started on what I like to do. Okay, I'm going to share with you a couple of ways that I celebrate me time, celebrate me. One of them would be shopping. Just going to a store and looking around, browsing. You don't have to buy anything. If you do, okay. But it's just time in the store to have, take your time in looking around at everything that you want to see. Window shopping. I remember when we used to go downtown in the town I was growing up in, and we just walk downtown the main street and look in the shop's windows, window shopping. And look at the clothing that was on display, Christmas time, all the Christmas display, It was a breather to get away and look at the windows. You can go to some of your favorite stores if definitely, or go to some stores that you've kind of wanted to go to but not had the time to do it. Go check them out. Another way is to get a pedicure or a manicure, or both, a mani-pedi. Now, I know I told you briefly before in another little video that I no longer go out to the salons to have that done. I do mine at home here with my little nano piece of equipment. I do my little mani-pedi here, but I go off somewhere private, quiet in the house, and I do my stuff, okay? That's my little me time. The only thing that I really do miss from going out to the salons is the massage. They give wonderful massages when they do the manicure and the pedicure. I can't quite duplicate that, but it still is nice just being able to do it at home and know that I'm using something that has been used only on me and is clean, okay? It's safer for me. You can, if you do sew, spend some time sewing. Even if you don't have a sewing room, you must have a separate area in the house where you set up your machine or whatever you sew on, and take some time and do a little project. I do enjoy going back to my sewing room. I have a TV back there, a small TV, and a radio, and I also have a CD player. I'll go back there and I'll turn whatever I want on and get to sewing and get a project worked on. I will be doing more of that upcoming here because I'm going to be taking not a class, but there's another group that's meeting up. It's some of the women that I used to sew with at the little quilt shop in my area that closed down about 2 years ago now, I think it was. It was about 2 years ago. And I recently found out that the owner has started up a group at her church and has invited certain people to come and join the group, and she notified me, and so I'm going to go check it out. I do have some panels, some quilt panels that I'm going to find one, and I do have strips of material to go with those panels. I just need to put it all together yet to make a lap throw. So I'm going to take something like that to work on for the first meeting, and we'll see what all I do from there. I did tell her that I'm more interested these days in sewing clothing, and she said, people come and work on whatever they want to work on, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And also another thing is take a sewing class or a knitting class or crochet class, or I know there's like a baking Wilton cakes or Wilton cake decorating type class. Take a class of some sort, you know, learn something new. It doesn't hurt, and it can be a lot of fun. My classes are socialization to me, and I thoroughly enjoy them. I have taken classes in the past that are like, why did I take this, you know? But lately, I've gotten into some very, very good classes, very excellent instructors, okay? So I would suggest taking a class. And I've taken classes at Joann's, which is where I'm at now, or Michael's. And when I lived up north, there was a huge Lee Ward store up there. I used to take classes there. And also, some of your little quilting shops give classes, and knitting shops have little classes of their own. Check into that. I mean, if you're interested and want to learn something new, that's the way to do it. You can go to a movie. I started going to matinee movies on my own, by myself, when I was single, years ago, when I lived up north. I worked hours that gave me free time in the afternoon. So, matter of fact, it was splits, okay? You'd work like maybe 9 to 1 and then go back in from 5 to 9, and that was your split. I loved working splits, I really did. But that left me with some free afternoons, and when I wanted to have something to do that was not, you know, that was out of the ordinary, I would take myself to a movie. In the very beginning, I felt a little awkward going by myself, but you know, after a few times, it was like, hey, what's on at the theater? I'm going. So, and it seems to me, I remember matinee movies back at that time being like $1.25. Is that what it was? Something around that. Yeah, I know I didn't spend more than $3, you know, but anyway. Yeah, I feel like I'm an old fogey right now because I talk about the olden days, you know, how good it was in the olden days. But it's true, matinee movies were cheap. Nowadays, I think it's around $9 or $10. But anyway, it's still less than if you were to go at night, okay? Another thing that you can do is go out to lunch with a friend. Hint, hint. Jeannie, are you listening? Yes. We are, you know, going to be going how can I say this? In the very near future, we will be going to an afternoon tea at a local, it's a British tea room in our area. They serve lunches and they serve afternoon teas. And I think that's what we'll be doing. Just a little getaway from everything and everyone to relax and talk, chit chat, have fun, and have an afternoon tea. So it'll be fun and very, very, very relaxing. One thing that I do like to do is go on a day trip somewhere. In my area, I could drive 45 minutes and be to Daytona Beach, Ormond Beach in that area too. I could do another like 90 minutes and be over towards Tampa on that coast. There are many different places locally here, other than the attractions, which is Disney World, that you can go to for the day, you know, just have fun. So you could do something like that. Just get away, plan something different to do in the area and go for it. One thing that doesn't, you know, cost anything for you or take any effort to drive somewhere or even leave the house is just go to a quiet space or room in your house. Have some quiet time. Sit down, think about what you want to do, make lists of things that you want to accomplish, shopping list if that, you know, grocery list. Just have a little quiet time to yourself in a separate space away from everybody. In that quiet space, you can read a book or a magazine, you know. I will admit I don't spend a lot of time reading anymore. I used to read a lot, but I find that lately anyway, I work on videos for one thing, write out lists of things I want to do, places I want to go, you know, projects I want to work on. I'm a list person. That's what I do. You can learn a new hobby. I don't know, I sew, I knit. I'm learning or relearning to crochet, play the piano. I'm doing just about everything that I have in mind that I want to do as far as hobbies go. I read a little bit. Like I said, not as much as I would like to. Yeah. So I'll let you know when I think of a new hobby that I want to do, that I would consider a hobby. I mean, I have interests, and you know, I'd like to can. I want to make some jams or jellies. I'll get around to doing that this next year for sure. I wanted to make candles. I made candles, and I'll be doing that again, but I don't really consider that to be a hobby. That's just an interest and something that I wanted to do, try. So those are a few of the things that I do for me time. What are some of the things that you would do? What are the same? I hope that you do some of those things. What do you do? Or what would you want to do? Do you have any different ideas? I'd love to hear it. Just, you know, add it to the comments and we'll talk about it. You might even give me some new suggestions. And now, if you're new to this channel, I'd love it if you subscribe, hit that bell so that you'll be notified of when I make new videos, and come on back, okay? So we'll see you again, I hope. In the meantime, that's about all I have to talk about for me time. I hope you all are having a great day out there. Take care, and we'll be talking again real soon. Bye-bye for now.